Welcome to Free Kick. Welcome to Free Kick once again. Welcome to Free Kick. And it can be said that the EPL is really shaping up to be a real football competition. Real football competition. Now, whether you want to say that Arsenal has choked a bit today or Arsenal is meeting a little bit of bump on their journey, it can also be said that it has been a real intense season for Arsenal. And this is one of the reasons why a lot of coaches, they try not to go after everything, because a lot of times you try and go after everything and you end up losing it all. I'm not saying that Arsenal is going to lose it all. I'm just saying these players are very, very tired. They are either tired or injured. And that's one of the factors that is affecting the Arsenal football team right now, I must say. So today, Arsenal went out to Bournemouth and they lost 2-1 to Bournemouth. Now, when you look back a few weeks or a month or so, you will realize that Arsenal has been in action in so many different competitions, while Bournemouth was resting all of that. Everyone was just resting and saying, yeah, all injuries can be, mended or eased or healed. While Arsenal had to be going on and on and on. Now, when you check the Arsenal catalogue of players, right, you will realize that their main striker for last year, which is Mourinho, who is not even a striker, but getting a lot of goals for them, is injured. Big defender Timber is injured. Saka, one of their main players on the right wing, is injured, right? And Odegaard, the captain in the middle, is injured. Those players are like not in training, so their injury is very serious. You have other players now that have what is called lingering injuries. They can maybe play, but they are not at their full 100 playing ability. We have Gabriel, the defender. He has a knee injury. So this is where teams realize that they can run at the defense because man like Gabriel has a knee injury. Incapi has a hamstring injury. Eze has a calf injury. Calafiori has an injury from way back in October, November when he was playing for Italy and he had to leave, right? Madueke is nursing an injury, an unknown injury, right? Rice and Trossard, they were said to be injured when they left the international camp. Now we know that a lot of players use this injury to leave international camp in the case of Rice and Trossard, but the other players have what is called lingering injuries. Now, one of the things with lingering injuries, right, is that they can get worse. They can get worse. That's for one. Two, these players are not being rested efficiently so that these injuries can heal properly. Take Calafiori, for instance. If you had an injury from, let's say, October, November, and in 2 weeks' time, you have to be playing for your club, and then you're injured again, you're off, and you're on again, that says you have been forced to play. You are being forced to play. However, the games must go on. The games must go on. Now, apart from the injuries, the Arsenal itinerary has been very, very busy. So they played the Carabao Cup. They got knocked out. They lost the Carabao Cup, yes, to Man City. They were knocked out of the FA Cup by Southampton. By the time it came around to and bear in mind, all of this even includes international duties. A lot of these players were playing for their countries. With all of that now, then you have Champions League. So when it boils down to this game, this Saturday, we were tracking these games, tracking points, and we were tracking possibilities, what that can happen. And if you realize, Arsenal is like between a rock and a hard place with this game today. Should the coach go after the win, and why not? Should he rest some of the players and prepare for Sporting next week, Tuesday? Sounds tough, but it's something that coaches have to deal with. Managers, coaches, technical staff have to deal with. Thing is, a lot of these players are not at his disposal. They are not, because they are injured. So, Arteta really started a really strong team. We have Saliba and Gabriel at the back. You have Ben White at right wing. Miles Kelly. Now, Miles Kelly has been one that wasn't getting any game much. And all of a sudden, you need him. This is where players tend not to shine, because you're just calling on them because you're in a bind. No. Arteta, he got that part wrong. I think Arteta got the Miles Kelly part wrong. He's being played just because you don't have another option. In the middle, he had Zubimendi and Rice. Right? Madueke, Gyökeres, and on the left, he had Martinelli. Very good team. Very good team. So when you look at the match now, going forward now, you will find that Arsenal had 12 shots. Bournemouth had 8 shots. 3-3 on target. So there's not much difference. More than Arsenal maybe kicking their ball all over the place. 52% possession for Arsenal. 48% for Bournemouth. There you go again, it's equal. So where does the difference lie, other than the scoring line? The difference lies in corners. Arsenal had 10 corners. Bournemouth had 1. In other words, Bournemouth seemed to be more direct, want the goal from playing, outright playing. Arsenal seemed to be just playing to get the corners. This does not always work. Because if you are a set piece team good at corners, you got 10. Why didn't any score? Everything does not work at all times. You have to have plan A, your plan B, going forward in a football match. Not every time corners, free kicks are going to work. Take it back to the main thing in football. Passes, crosses, headers in, goals. Now, game started, and we saw in the, it was in the 18th minute, yes, the 18th minute that Krupi scored for Bournemouth. Luckily, Arsenal got a goal. It was said to be a handball. Players know once the hand is here, out of the normal position, yes, the ref is going to blow. So here, the defense was saying, he was trying to deny the hand, but once the hand is up there, it's going to be given. So Gyökeres scored that goal. However, that was the halftime score going back. 10 minutes into the second half, Arteta saw that something was not working the way he wanted it. In the 55th minute, he threw the whole kitchen sink out there. So he took off Havertz, don't know why, put on Eze, Madueke, he put on Doman, and for Martinelli, Trossard. I cannot understand the whole Havertz change, because Havertz is the one who can give you that last minute goal, just like he did against Sporting. So why would you remove Havertz? I don't understand that part. Why have Gyökeres up there who's not going to give you that goal? Gyökeres is not going to give you that winning goal with a team against Bournemouth. Remember now, Bournemouth is a very good team. Bournemouth showed Liverpool that, look, we can beat you. They had Liverpool 2-0 up at half time. And when Liverpool came back in the second half and got two, they just went ahead again and scored one more goal. And Liverpool lost the game. So after that 55th minute excess change by Arteta, it was still Bournemouth who scored. So nothing changed. So what did Arteta do in his plan B? Arteta took out Mosquera. No, took out Ben White, put in Mosquera in the 77th minute. Then he took off Zubimendi, a midfielder, put on Jesus, a forward. Why not remove Gyökeres for Jesus? You took off your midfield player, your holding midfield player, who is going to hold things steady for you here. I guess he needed a goal. So he took off a midfielder for a potential striker. Well, that's the plan. That's the plan. But really, Arsenal need to get this straight, need to get some tactics going to win the English Premier League. Lately, they have not been given the chance to win Champions League. So, Premier League, where they already have the advantage of 9 or 6 points, because it doesn't get better from here. It gets even worse. Because after losing this game, should Man City win against Chelsea tomorrow, then their next game in the EPL is against Man City. While Man City will be resting until the weekend, Arsenal is still in action in the Champions League on Tuesday against Sporting, where they have a 1-0 lead so far. It doesn't get any better or easier for Arsenal. And even after that Man City game, Arsenal has about 3 derbies to play. Derbies are not easy at the end of the season. Everybody trying to go maximize their points. They will have West Ham, Fulham, and Crystal Palace as a last game. Does not get easy for Arsenal. I can tell you that much. So, what do you think that led to Arsenal's loss today? Please tell me in the comment section. Like, share, and comment. Thank you very much.